Yeah, just trying to cheer them on, and
Yeah.
I can get into the game, and that was fun to be a part of, and watching them kind of work together as brothers. I'll try not to get emotional. It's hard for me to. It was just special to kind of watch these guys come together, have each other's back. One game, one of my kids, scored 17 points. Another game, my kid scored 22 points. And we're like, everyone facilitates roles.
Totally.
We don't always have to be the star.
Right.
But to watch the kids play together as a team was just amazing to watch.
That's so cool.
So they went undefeated in Las Vegas, and that was our first chance to go out of the state. We've gone down to Cedar and St. George to play in some tournaments, but that was the first time they've been out of state to go do what they do.
And are you coaching them? Are you the coach or just like a dad coach?
No, I'm a dad coach on that.
Coach.
Yeah, with our basketball
From the
academy.
sidelines?
Yep,
Yeah.
with our basketball academy, we run the business side.
Sure.
And and we've basically brought on some really cool coaches that Utah is a little bit different. There's a lot of AAU teams now.
Sure.
Back when we first started in 2004, there was 3.
Sure.
Right.
Yeah.
Now there's hundreds.
Yeah.
And ever since COVID flattened out the entire market, right? Because there was no more youth basketball.
Right.
No more junior jazz.
Yeah.
No more bantam leagues. Now all of a sudden COVID's,
It's
away,
all back.
and now it's all back, and now it feels like everyone and their mom has a AAU company.
Right.
Right. So
But it's a good thing. Like you said, there's so much out there with the social media world and the internet and all of those things that can distract kids. So I'm really happy to hear that there's a lot of people putting energy into these extracurricular activities that keep them active and keep their minds active, because it can easily affect a kid's mental health.
100%.
Yeah.
With some of the stuff that we do, we actually have licensed therapists that
Cool.
actually come and do
Cool.
free sessions.
Yeah.
And we're not sitting on a couch like we're sitting on a couch
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
No, they actually do. There's a lot of studies out there, especially with boys, that if they're active, they'll actually open up more.
Yeah.
So we'll do sessions where they're shooting free throws, and we'll just talk about basic principles, right? What happens when you get bullied?
Yeah.
Right? What happens when
I
you
love
get in an
this.
argument with your parents, right? What happens when you have a girlfriend,
Yeah.
and we can go deeper than that, but at the end of the day, it's just helping these kids basically gain skill sets that they don't already have.
Yeah.
And then more importantly, we're trying to get the parents involved. So we have access to some awesome therapists that will give away free sessions to our parents and their families,
Wow.
so that we can help combat what's been going on in the mental health crisis.
Man, for somebody that has built so many businesses, done so many things, to be able to give back to the community that way and back to kids, I bet you just feel like you are, like, do you just lay in bed and feel like you've fulfilled?
No.
You don't? Not yet?
No, as a matter of fact, Jennifer, this is all new.
Really?
This is all newer in the sense of last year was probably the hardest year of my life.
Why?
Yeah, it's amazing when you make bad decisions.
Sure.
And fully transparent. When drugs are involved, you sometimes don't even remember doing certain things. And there's a reason why I don't have those same business partners today.
Sure.
As you kind of grow apart with certain situations. But at the end of the day, it's been fun to kind of get back to who I am and what I'm really all about. I went through a very spiritual experience at the beginning of this year.
Yeah?
I don't want to go into too much detail about it, but it was probably the most incredible thing I've been a part of. And now being able to return back to God, being returned back to, I'm not the most religious person on the planet Earth,
Sure.
but I'm very spiritual.
Cool.
And I feel like I'm being led to impact the world the way that we want to impact the world.
Love this.
And it's been fun to kind of get back to our grassroots, get back to some basketball stuff, and it has. The biggest thing is save my family.
Well, when you share something as vulnerable as that, and thank you for doing that, and then we get to see that you've come out of one of the hardest years of your life and that you have a new direction, new focus. That's quite inspirational, especially for my viewers, that everyone struggles with something. And so I love that you were willing to share that and know that, that you were one of the lucky ones that came out on the other side and is now,
100%.
yeah.